You had to figure this all out by yourself. Okay, my friend? When you were a little child to when you were becoming of age, maybe 8 or 7 and up, 8 and up, you were going through some emotional changes, okay? Things about you were changing mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, my friend. And it became a part of your walk, and things were starting to take a shift in your life, and without you even fully realizing it, you grew into this beautiful person. And you have such a beautiful spirit. And it's sad because these people left you in the dark, my friend. They literally cut the lights off on you, left you hanging dry. And you see, my friend, you had to figure this all out by yourself. You see, my friend, you had to figure this all out by yourself. As you were starting to grow up and learn things, you were starting to realize that the people who said that they loved you mistreated you. They picked favorites. You were feeling like either you were the black sheep or you were feeling so invisible to the point where if you said hey or if you told them I love you, they would literally act as if they didn't hear you nor did they see you. You would have to say it maybe once or twice to get an answer. People didn't really show you that they really loved you, but they did a good job at telling you that they loved you. You see, my friend, you had to figure this all out by yourself, because a lot of people that were in your life from your young age to just growing up and becoming an adult, they didn't know how to tell you. They didn't know how to tell you that, I'm proud of you, that you are becoming a beautiful daughter. You are a handsome son. You make me proud. They didn't know how to support you. They didn't know how to show you love. So they manipulated it just by telling you that they love you. And maybe either throwing you money or doing nice little gestures for you to make you feel like they loved you. But you see, money cannot buy love. Money cannot buy love. And you see, my friend, this is why you had to figure this all out by yourself. When you were a child, when you were just a little kid, you didn't really know much about boyfriends and girlfriends, but you heard about it. And as you started to get of age to where you were, at the age to where you could date, because some kids, you already heard that they were doing X, Y, and Z, and they were young, still babies. But it left you probably always wondering, why would their parents let them do things like that? But honestly, you not really knowing what the XYZ was because you never really seen it, or your parents was just very strict on, that, and you couldn't have boyfriends or girlfriends, or you couldn't really do things. And if it was, the door had to always be open or something, you couldn't really be out of their sight, and as you got older of age and you started to really date and to take a dip off into what these dating experiences are, you were finding out that this is not for you. You see, my friend, have you ever noticed that when you really decided to just let someone in your space, let someone in your life, you didn't really have people to tell you to wait till marriage or to, do it the right way. You really didn't know what those things were really about. Yes, you desire to be married, but you wanted to grow and mature first. That was one thing that you kept dearly in your heart. And you see, the moment that, this person came into your life and y'all, made love together, you talked to each other, you realize that, bam, this is when life hits you. Like, there is a time in your life that when reality kicks in, and when I say it kicks in at 100 degrees. It's like within a snap of a finger, within a blink of an eye. This is reality. This is bam. This is when it hits. This is the trauma. This is what occurred in your life. And now you are starting to go through the trials and the tests and the tribulations. It all starts from when you was at that age. Whatever age you were, my friend, whatever age you were, whatever choice, whatever decision you made, that's when things took a turn. And you had started going down this dark path. But you see, my friend, nobody didn't tell you. You didn't know. You didn't know that all of these things were going to happen. You didn't know that your life was going to go this way, my friend. You had to figure this all out by yourself, my friend. Because a lot of people already had messed up. A lot of people had already sold themselves short. And so they wanted you to sell yourself short too. They wanted you to get stuck in the loop. They wanted you to get stuck in the dark, to where you feel ashamed, to where you feel I can't even think of the word, or say the word properly, humiliated. They want you to feel embarrassed. They want you to feel like no one loves you. But God loves you. And in your darkest moments of your life, in your worst moments, like when I'm saying worst moments, I mean in your worst moments, my friend, your lowest moments, God came through. The moment you called on His name, God came through. And you see, this is why you had to figure it all out by yourself. You did not know. And you know why you didn't know? Because neither did they. But you see, you may have felt like, well, why didn't they tell me? Why didn't they warn me? Why didn't they just let me know, or just keep it real, or just be honest about it? Maybe I wouldn't have did this. Maybe I wouldn't have said that. But let me tell you, my friend, a lot of people chose to let you take your own route. They saw the choices and decisions you were making, which they were not right at the time. Because all of us had literally made stupid choices and stupid decisions that literally had us boiling in a pot. And we were trying to figure out, how did we get in this mess? And see, a lot of people, some will try to tell you, and you see, some of us didn't listen. And you see, some will know your situation and they won't say anything because they want to see if you can get out of that situation. Who would have knew, my friend, that your trauma, or that one choice, or that one decision you made caused you to suffer your whole life. Maybe living in regret, maybe living in doubt, worry, fear, depression. Who would have knew that the choices and decisions you made led to the sickness, led to the diseases? You see, nobody told you. You had to figure this all out by yourself. You had to bump your head a couple of times. And maybe not a couple, but you had to literally bump your head multiple times in order for you to wake up. As my dad, he would used to say to me growing up all the time, and I can just hear his voice till this day from when I was a kid, like in the middle school age, because like around middle school, that's kind of when you start to kind of grow and mature as a kid, and you listen to your parents and you talk, and you communicate better with your parents. And I remember my dad, he would always used to tell me stuff about, life and about boys and things like that. But I really didn't care much about boys. Like, I was just focused on trying to get through school, But he would say little things to me, and then like when people would tell me stuff, and he was like, well, you can't believe everything you hear, Isha, And he was like, you gonna have to wake up and smell the coffee. And some of us haven't woken up and smelled the coffee, And he would tell me that all the time. Aisha, wake up and smell the coffee. Meaning, don't you see what's going on? Don't you see what's going on around you, but you still choose to be asleep. You still choose to walk around lying to yourself or denying the fact that you didn't see what you saw. And it's sad because the effect that people in our lives will have on us, that they will make something seem so good, but it's really not. But don't let, like the post I made the other day, don't let one bad apple make you think that everybody is gonna go bananas, because you see, everybody is not bad. It's just the way we look at it. And you see, my friend, I chose to make this video today because I just want to let you know that if you have been feeling maybe uncomfortable about your situation, if there are some things that still may trigger you to this day, dealing with your past, like things that you've went through emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, if you are noticing that some of these traumas are still affecting you till this day, I just want to let you know, my friend, that you didn't know. You didn't know. You had to figure this all out by yourself. So don't live your life feeling like everything is your fault. Don't live your life feeling like you are the problem. Because I'm here to tell you, my friend, that you are not the problem. You are the answer. You are the answer. And this is why your life went the way it did, because people knew. People knew, and they seen the heart you had. It was in you since birth. Since the moment that the Lord formed you in your mother's womb, it was in you. And a lot of people wanted you to forget. See, this is why you went through all of this stuff, because you had so many things happening to you where you almost either could have forgot your age, you could have almost forgot your birthday. You really just didn't know how old you were at a time and point. Things started to change within your mind. You may have had like a short-term memory loss, that started to occur. Things in your life that just stressed you out so bad to the point where you couldn't think straight, my friend. And I'm just here to tell you to let the past be the past and let the present be the present, my friend, because you just didn't know. You had to figure this all out by yourself, because there's not many people that are as real as you. But you see, you kept it real. You see, real is real. And what they say, fake is everywhere. But when it's real, my friend, it's real.